everybody, this is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, real estate from a marketing perspective. And I'm kind of excited because of the guest that I have today, but at the same time, this is a milestone for me. This is episode number 30.
Woo woo!
Yeah, so number 30. So, and I have a friend on the podcast today, and I have probably the youngest, most successful entrepreneurs you'll ever meet on the podcast later. So, but I always got to start off by saying that I couldn't do this podcast if it wasn't for my support staff, which is Jennifer Smitis, the area vice president, Caitlin Kornick, Devin, escrow officers in Sugar Land, and Wendy Santana and Adriana Alzate, which is my Spanish-speaking escrow officer in the Richmond office. So if you need title services and you're not using Stewart Title, I don't know what to tell you. You should be. Also, if you want to be on the podcast and you're a real estate agent that operates in the Fort Bend County area or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area, I'd love to have you on the podcast. Give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and we'll put you on the calendar. So in saying that, the time of this recording of this podcast, it's December 1st, 2023, so we're headed towards Christmas and the end of the year, and everybody I knows who this is. So this is Shannon Geer. She is a very experienced real estate agent that I've been working off and on with in property management and real estate for about 8 years now. And the reason why we reconnected was she is actually now a member of Remax Fine Properties.
I am.
So why don't you introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do and who you are.
So like Kevin said, my name is Shannon Geer. I am a real estate agent and an operations manager for a small team out of Remax Fine Properties, the Moore Wallace Group. Yes.
Okay. Say that again.
Moore Wallace Group.
Moore Wallace Group. Okay.
So right now we are a 3-person team, and we'll be looking to grow in 2024, adding agents that want to come alongside us and learn our processes and systems and grow their business with us.
So since you said that, I want this to be about you, but first, let's talk to him for just a minute about Nimesh Patel and the value they would get if they came to Remax Fine Properties.
Yeah. I've been at lots of real estate agencies and lots of brokerages. I say lots, 3 or 4 in the last 10 years, which may be not lots to some of you.
In the real estate industry, that's a lot.
Actually,
maybe not so much.
Maybe not so much. Some people jump at 3 or 4 in a year. But in the last 10 years, I have done that. I have started out with a very small boutique firm. I went on to Empire, worked with Kevin there. And while at Empire, I ended up running our real estate division. So I know what it takes to be a good brokerage and what it takes to bring value and have something that makes an agent want to be with you, and something that you feel like you're getting back from that brokerage rather than just giving them your money. Mm-hmm. And I left there Empire when it closed and was purchased by another company.
Yeah, they sold it. Yeah,
out of California, and I've been with the Remax brand since then. And so for me, what does Nimesh bring? He's the largest Remax in the state, but beyond that, he has intentional care for every agent that works in his office. I don't care if you are brand new or if you are a top producer. He knows who you are, and he gives you time, and he dedicates himself to your growth and your potential.
Yeah, what impresses me about him is that, and as you know, I've been in every brokerage in this entire city. He's the only broker owner that will either hug you or fist bump you when you walk in the door.
Yep.
Every time when you walk in the door.
Every time.
And it's just he cares. I mean, he's glad you're there, which is hugely different. So, like she said, if they're looking to grow, your team's looking to grow. So, if you're looking for a brokerage that will help you reach your goals and make you feel like family, contact
Remax Fine Properties.
Yeah.
Or give me a call, because we definitely are looking for agents in the new year.
Yeah.
And I'm easy to find. I'm the only purple-haired agent in Houston. And if there's somebody else, we'll talk. I had it first.
Yeah. Give him your phone number.
713-851-3423.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about Shannon. So,
Sure.
Why did you decide to get into real estate?
Well, I went into it a very roundabout manner. I was 45 years old and newly divorced and wanted to figure out something to do besides accounting, which is what I had done for the majority of my career. I'd done accounting, marketing, and management. And I didn't want to be stuck behind a desk and not interacting with people. And so real estate for me was one of the things that in running that small business that I ran for my ex-husband's family, I loved the real estate piece of it. I loved the funding of the properties, and I loved the whole process. I loved the legal piece of it. I'm one of those nerds who likes, I like reading legal contracts. So, that's just who I am as a person. So for me, that was really important. But then also the opportunity to help people grow generational wealth. That is just... that's at my core for what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to help a family find a property and then look 20 years later at what they built because of the equity that they have in that home.
Yeah, because when you buy a home, it's not just your home; it's also an investment.
It is your biggest single investment.
If you take care of it, it could be part of, if not your retirement, depending on the size of the home. So, and I'm surprised too at the values of homes nowadays. I mean. So you knew me right after I bought my home in Pearland, which is 1,200 square foot, 3-bed, 2-bath. It's basically a starter home.
Yep. I
paid $91,000 for it in 2004. I can get $250,000 for it now.
Yeah.
My house is not worth $250,000
in your mind, but it is.
Well, it is, but it's like
that's what it's crazy, Kevin. The houses that I was helping our investors buy when we were with the property management firm were $90,000 to $110,000, and that was a very good single family home, 1,500 square feet, nice single family home that our investors could, use as rental property. And now those same single family homes are over $300,000. To be able to find a starter home now, you really, if it's in livable state, you really need $275,000.
I was going to say 300, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so tell everybody what kind of real estate agent you are. What is it what service do you offer? Are you a listing agent, buying agent, leasing agent, investor's agent, all of the above? What do you like to do?
I do a little bit of everything. Investors have a very special place in my heart.
Of course.
Because of my history working with investors, but also because for them it's a business decision. And I have a very analytical brain, and for me, it does come down to dollars and cents and whether it makes a good financial decision. I want somebody to be happy in their home, but I also want to know that 2 or 3 years from now, they can still afford their home.
Yes.
And I want to know that it's going to be a good investment and it's going to grow with them.
Yeah, and when you say afford their home, taxes and insurance goes up every year.
It does every year. So just because you can afford that home this year doesn't mean that next year it's going to be as easy. And
well, I agree with that because I had the same conversation with my daughter because she just got married in March and they bought their first home in Lake City, and she came to me for everything. And obviously did the exact opposite of what I advised her to do, and ended up in a home with a $2,500 a month payment. And I said, you do realize that that's going to be $2,700, $2,800, $2,900, $3,000 the next 2 or 3 years. She's like, well, why? I said, because taxes and insurance goes up every year. She was like, what are we going to do? I'm like, I don't know. You already signed it. You moved in. It's your house. But that kind of thing.
You've got to figure out a way to make up that gap.
Now, we did get some legislation this year that actually lowered everybody's homestead taxes, which is the first relief we've had in a very long time. But even though we took us 2 steps back on what they're charging us, in the next 2 or 3 years, it's going to go right back up to where it was. So it still goes up every
because
year.
of appreciation.
Yeah, it still goes up every year.
We live in a market that appreciates, and we're blessed because of that. But we live in that market that appreciates because Houston was so undervalued for so long.
Yeah. So we should be not a California or New York, but somewhere in between. You know
yes,
what I'm saying?
Because of our size and because of all of the industry that's here. Houston's a great value for people. It truly is.
Everything's here.
Yep.
People say we're the fourth largest city in the world. I don't believe them. I think we're the third.
I think we are too.
I think we're the third. They just won't change the statistics on the book. So,
yeah. But beyond working with investors, I love helping first-time home buyers. I, had the pleasure recently of helping a really wonderful family of first-time home buyers, and it just reinvigorated my love for seeing that process through new eyes. Typically, I've worked with sellers. That's been my niche market, investors and sellers, but first-time home buyers and move-up buyers. I really like all of it. I don't dally in a lot of commercial. That would be one area that I probably don't do a lot of.
It's got to be satisfying to help someone that truly is looking for their first or dream home, and you helping them with that.
It hits different.
Mm-hmm.
It really just does. It hits
like,
all the feelings different.
It's kind of like when an agent that I'm helping with their marketing comes to me and goes, Kevin, I got a lead from what you were showing me.
Exactly.
So that's what it does.
When that brand new agent or that agent that you're just working with gets their first deal, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's the same feeling.
Yeah. I'm assuming that you pretty much will operate in the Houston area and surrounding, but
Greater Houston area.
So what does that mean?
I go from Willis to Texas City to Baytown to Rosenberg. I cover it.
That's covering it.
That's what it means to be an agent, in my opinion.
Willis is beyond Conroe, so that's pretty far up there.
Yeah, but that's what it takes.
And if I was in Texas City, I'd be like, well, if you're going to go to Texas City, why don't you go to Galveston? It's only 10 minutes farther.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And, you do get to have some good seafood when you get down there.
There you go. Exactly.
Being a South Texas girl, I grew up in Corpus Christi. I got to get to the coast every time I can.
There you go. How long have you been an agent?
10 years.
10 years.
Yep.
So is there anything from your experience that you would like to tell anybody that is thinking about becoming a real estate agent about their possible next decision or career path?
Certainly. It's not what it looks like on HGTV.
No, it's not.
Don't watch HGTV and think it's so simple. You just show 3 houses and you get a contract. It's not like that. But it is extremely rewarding. The single most important thing that I can say is you need good core support from family, because you're going to be gone a lot. You're going to be working late hours. You're going to be working weekends. You need to have somebody that has your back, that understands that, yes, you have a job, but your job is not a 9 to 5, and it's not a Monday through Friday. You'll probably work 7 days a week, and you'll probably work 10 or 12 hours a day, and you're going to work a lot and not get paid.
You got to remember, a lot of real estate agents don't realize this. You're running your own business.
You are.
And if you don't put 120% into your business, you can't expect to get anything out of it.
That's exactly right. You're the only one responsible for you making money.
Yeah. So, brokerages are great. They guide you. They give you support as far as keeping you out of trouble and teaching you how to write a contract, and even with a mentor and stuff. But if you really think that you can become an agent and then you can the referrals are going to start pouring in, you got another thing coming. You have to treat it like a business.
Yep.
You have to create a marketing platform. You have to you have to do something to promote your service in your company, which I know you've been doing for quite a while.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So
social media is not my best friend, but it's a necessary evil.
Yeah, social media is, I kind of like to liken it to car salesmen, lawyers, and dentists.
Yes.
We hate them, but we have to go see them.
But we have to do it. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's just part of life.
So,
the other thing I would say is it would be really, really, really ideal to have about 6 months worth of savings to be able to sustain you, because it's going to take a while to get your first transaction. So if you're really thinking about becoming a real estate agent, do not take what I'm saying as a negative that, you just can't do it. It is doable. It's doable all day long. Just make sure you have some reserves to carry you over. Don't expect your first deal within the first month, and make sure you have a good support system. And then find a good brokerage.
Yeah, if you think about it, every business that starts up from scratch doesn't make money in the first 6 months to a year either.
They need
so
a good nest egg,
they
yes.
get it. So why would you think it'd be any different becoming a real estate agent?
People don't think we're becoming a business.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm not going to go into it again, but that's the problem.
That's exactly it. They don't think they're opening a business. They think they're just doing something that gives them flexibility to be able to work when they want to.
Yep. So what are some of the things that you do to market your business?
Social media, I do a lot of social media. I also have different platforms doing targeted advertising for me and things like that, just to make sure that my name is out there.
Do you go to networking events?
Yes, yeah, I do networking events too, to meet other people in the industry and work with other people in the industry as well.
Do you have your own website?
I do.
Nice.
Yes,
okay.
ShannonGeer.com.
There you go. That was easy. So she's got several things. So, I kind of get really deep into things that you can do on social media and on your website and things like that. So, and you know what those are.
Oh yeah.
Google My Business page, doing video. You got to get yourself out there. If Google's the number one search engine on the planet and YouTube is the number 2, and you want to get yourself out there, then you must be on both of them.
Yes, and our team is. Houston Local Guide is our YouTube channel, and we're very, very active on YouTube.
There you go. So there's lots of things you have to do. You can't be scared of the microphone. You can't be scared of the camera. You have to get yourself out there. My biggest pet peeve about agents, and not you because I know you, but they usually are worried about what everybody thinks.
Oh, yes.
Don't. Nobody's responsible for putting food on your table and paying your bills. So do you the way you want to do it. Brand yourself, market yourself. And if anybody says anything about it, it's usually not because it's bad. It's because they're jealous.
Well, and you may not appeal to Joe, but you might appeal to John.
Right.
You're going to appeal to someone. Just because you don't appeal to the first person who watches that video or the first person who sees the ad that you promote doesn't mean that the next person isn't going to like it. Your person is out there. Keep being you and appeal to the people who want to work with you. Don't try to be someone else, because in the end, it's not going to work for you.
That's why I teach creating a brand with your own persona and your own,
Yes.
everything about you as part of your business. And so there's millions of possible real estate clients in the city of Houston and surrounding area. You can't help every one of them. So find out which ones you can help.
Yep.
And grow off of that. So on that note, if anybody needs a real estate agent and would like to talk to you, what's your phone number? What's your email? What's your website? All that good stuff.
My phone number is 713-851-3423. Email Shannon, SHANNON, the letter MGEER @gmail.com. And yes, that's GEER, beer, but with a G.
And then you have a website?
Yes, Shannon.Geer @Remax.com.
Okay. And then what social media platforms are you on?
Facebook, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, Twitter. I don't really do TikTok, and then we are on YouTube.
Okay, YouTube, yeah. Awesome. So if you guys need a purple-haired real estate agent that has a great personality and 10 years of experience, they can help you with buying, selling, investing, or leasing anywhere in the city of Houston, pretty much. She will be more than happy to, and she might even help you in Galveston. You might have to buy her dinner or something.
Or I might make you a sugar-free cheesecake.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't bring one today, but you'll have one before Christmas.
She makes a mean sugar-free cheesecake, dude. I'm serious. We were at the Remax Thanksgiving lunch.
Potluck thing, yep.
There was 2 miles of food. Her cheesecake was the best one on the table. Swear to God.
Yeah, I know Kevin. I know the way to Kevin's heart. Sugar-free cheesecake.
Well, she knows I like sweets, but she also knows I'm diabetic. So, phone number one more time.
713-851-3423.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Kevin.
Now that you're over here at Remax Fine Properties,
Yep.
I'm going to definitely put you on the calendar again for next year.
Sounds good.
Awesome. So, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with segment number 2 of episode 30 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from Marketing Perspectives with the youngest entrepreneurs you will ever meet. Be right back.